The roleplay we created illustrate discriminatory situations that LGBTQ people faces. Discrimination is viewed as a joke, a source of sympathy, or even a source of fear. LGBTQ people face inequalities as a result of social stigma, discrimination, and denial of their civil and human rights. So as a result, we created this video to promote awareness about the significance of inclusivity with a focus on LGBTQ people. We live with the purpose of enhancing the visibility and legal rights of LGBTQ persons. While it isn't always possible to walk in someone else's shoes, there are always a way to understand and show empathy to LGBTQ loved ones in a way that honors and validates their experiences. Being an ally entails more than just showing up. It also entails listening and comprehending. So after you've done the work of listening and understanding, use your resources to enhance real-life experiences. Fight hate by gently correcting other straight people when they misunderstand the aspects of LGBTQ experience, whether deliberately or unknowingly. The LGBTQ community gains more equality as a result of increased awareness and reform. If you are somehow straight, consider how your orientation has benefited you in comparison to someone who is queer has lived their life. To eliminate discrimination, promote equality and legal rights, and provide health care and social services to all. Consider these ideals your own and apply them to your life in a meaningful way. You can contribute to raise acceptance and magnify the voices of this amazing community and individuals by working from a place of curiosity and compassion. We believe that by sharing the video, we will encourage everyone to accept and support homosexual community rather than adding to discrimination they already experience. We may not realize it, but we can help these young people live a normal and happy life.
Kuya, kay baon na ba silang mama o papa?
Nonsa?
Sambil ang cellphone, be. Nga nung nagbayot-bayot man ka, kay baon man ka na di mi kadawat na may bayot sa atong pamilya. Layas diha sa balay. Nigabot na mo sa balay, dapat wala na ka. Layas, ayaw na pagbalik ha. Ayaw pagpakita na mo. Binayot ka, gihapon ka.
Ma, ingani naman jud ko, ma. Ayo. 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 Ayo.
Unsa may imo?
Kanang nangita mo gyaya?
Unsa yaya?
Yaya, nabuntit man mo gyaya. Ngano day, ma'am?
Ay, wala man good day na babae man ang pangita, dili koan. Bayot ka?
Oo, ma'am.
Ay, di man gud mo dawat og mga bayot. Street man amo gusto.
Nagyaya raman ka, ma'am.
Oh, magyaya pero di mi gananog bayot. Yaya gani.
Ngano day, ma'am?
Di jud ko motanggap og mga bayot day. Kay lahi jud mo bantay mga babae. Lucky man jud ka. Nganong bayot man ka.
Di, ma'am. Kay bumasad ko sa mga...
Lagi kay baw lagi ka pero lahi jud mo bantay mga babae. Ay na nang jud pang-apply na mo.
Sige, ma'am.
Sige day. Masdan ko ni eh. Balik mga apply. Tanong babae dire.
So based on your resume, female ka?
Yes, miss. Female ko.
Ano nga naman imong sinuotan panlaki? Mag-conduct kog formal interview, pero ang imong ipakita sa ako very informal. Do you think i-hire kita?
Sorry, miss, but lesbian ko.
So lesbian ka? Ano mo apply man ka diri?
Kuan, miss. To have a job, miss.
Sorry ha, but para na ako, awkward dyan ni para nini. Kaya ang ako ang female employees, nagsuot sila og pencil skirt. So how come kung maharte ka, nga di man ka musuot og pencil skirt or any kinds of skirt? Sorry to disappoint you ha, but you're not qualified for this job. Thank you.
Okay, miss. I understand.
Bis, musta ganyan ka ang exam sa Socio?
Hapit na bis mo magtuon jud taan yung maayo para makapasa taan yung Socio. Hapit na po ang final exam.
Nga, bis, musta ganito ato ang last topic?
About man to sa LGBTQ. Ay bis, kasi aron ko, uban ka?
Uban ko kay CR po ko.
Sige, mas.
Ito ang
Dali. Hoy, bayot. Anong naa ka dere? Amo aning teritoryo. Di pwedeng bayot dere. This is for girls only. Maong chup chup chup. Master. Uy, bis! Naikapkik ang bayot. Dali, atong
sige, sige. Let's go.
Ang bina imong cupcake. Saman kahit ka, dili na nimo ihatag. Ang bina. Dili nimo uli angay nimo.
Dako ba?
Bayot, bayot. Bayot.
Bayad ka.
Na, uli angay nimo bayota ka.
A pleasure day to everyone. As you witness our replay, we portrayed three gender issues or conflict because these three issues have a rampant concerns that should be addressed into our society. One of that is discrimination against LGBT in the workplace and most especially within family relationship. Despite of growing acceptance and protection, many lesbians, gays, bisexual, and most especially all transgender experience the worst and still to face the employment discrimination in our workplace because of their sexual orientation and gender identity. So they might feel that they are not part of this company, that they are not in the spectrum of their life of being a worker. It's just because of unfairness treatment of all the workers, especially the boss, including being fired, not hired, and ignorance and apathy of all employees. So everyone in the company must see their treasure because they have a very great potential that you could ever imagine. So according to the study, there are 46% of LGBT people experience some form of discrimination. It can be anything from receiving negative performance review from a boss and employees who are openly anti-gay or anti-gay vandalism. So let's say your boss called you a name garbage or something terrible that's not sounds good for you, right? So and they laugh at each other. What you feel is so offensive to your part, and it's an acceptable abusive language that you have to be addressed, that you have to address within that thing. Because you know, some of the research of the study in the American found out that most transgender have a 90% more worse experience with that company. So guys, let me remind you, they are just humans. They have the power, the responsibility, sacrifices that they can give themselves. Why we should let them not to be they are, and what they feel in their heart, let's support them. Let's lead a support to those people who are very brave to show the real person behind their inner person, behind the real who you are. Another crucial challenge faced to LGBT and rampant issues that need to be concerned is sexual disorientation discrimination, which is really relevant nowadays, in which families have different perspectives why they don't accept their child as an LGBT. So why? One of the reasons is families doesn't want to feel ashamed to other families because their child was an LGBT. But instead, after they aware of that, they will establish or express this in a way of giving favor or favoritism to the child who is actually a man or a woman than to their LGBT child. But this is unfair. It is a kind of discrimination that you portray to your child. It is your child. It can also lead to depression, fears, and other conflicts that may affect your child's life. And also, the second reason why family don't want or doesn't accept their child as an LGBT is that they have a correlation between the religions. They follow what is written in the religion opposing homosexuality. So they follow it. They don't want a child who is an LGBT based on the belief of the religion. So that is the most rampant assumption why they don't accept their child as an LGBT. Parents, families, listen to this. I know most of you are really sensitive, are really curious, doesn't know how to fix it. But please appreciate your child, because your child has the star of the life that she could have or he could have. She is a shining star in your family. Please accept the person, the child that you give birth, that you give love, because that person will change your life forever. She will give you the best things that you could have. We should also consider the types of unearned treatment experienced to LGBT people in our workplace, including not being promoted, not receiving increase of the salary, and most especially treated differently and being excluded from company events. Lastly, bullying LGBT students in school campus. It is a relevant issue which increase the risk of all LGBT students. It can be any form of bullying, including cyberbullying, verbal bullying, and especially physical assault that promotes worse impact to LGBT students, especially their presence to go to school. LGBT youth are nearly twice likely to be called names, verbally harassed, or physically assaulted at school compared to their non-LGBT peers. Their mental health, education, and not to mention the physical well-being are at risk. Bullying puts all LGBT youth at increased risk for depression, suicidal ideation, misuse of drugs and alcohol, experiencing sexual violence, engaging in unsafe sex practices, and can affect academics as well.